Okay. So this interview is going to be about solar power. I found that there is an economic trend that shows the cost, or that the cost of manufacturing and producing and installing solar panels has been going down significantly in price over the past few years. Um, and I'm proposing that as an architect, I can create a design that incorporates these solar panels, which are much cheaper and easily affordable, into buildings and houses and like big commercial buildings that companies can use. And this would give the house or building its own energy source, and it would also create a sustainable, eco-friendly source of power. So now I'm going to ask you a few questions about this idea. The first bit is going to be about need awareness. So the first question is, first, what are your basic thoughts on using solar power? Do you like it? Do you not like the idea? And why?
I completely support solar power. I think that that's actually something that should be promoted more. Not too many people use it much, and I think that people they think that it's heavily taxed, but it's not. And I think that there should be more exceptions for that. And I think more people will get involved. If more people get involved, then I think it'd actually be easier to mass produce solar panels and it'll become a more common thing. And if it becomes a more common thing, I think it'll become cheaper to manufacture and it'll be cheaper to just run in general. Now, solar panels are a good thing.
Okay. So the next question is, do you think solar panels would be more beneficial or popular in certain situations, as in different places, or for different people? And if so, where do you think it could be more popular, and what is your reasoning?
Okay, I definitely think they can be more popular in some places than others. In the Northeast, I feel like maybe in like New York City or Philadelphia, they would be not very helpful for 6 months out of the year. While in Florida, California, Arizona, Phoenix, whatever, I feel like they would become super popular. I think that would be like one of the main modes of getting energy into someone's home, business, whatever. Um, and I think that that's where they should be using the most because that's when you have most of the free sunlight. I mean, it's free technically because I mean the Earth gives it to us, but you have at least 12 hours of daylight to use, and I mean, and it shouldn't be wasted. I think it should be absorbed into the solar panels and then distributed throughout the house, business, whatever to help. I mean, it'll save everybody money too. So,
Okay. Then the next question is, how do you know, or I guess first I have to ask you, so you now think that there is a need to switch over to solar panels, like eventually, like this needs to happen?
yes.
Okay. So how do you know that switching to solar panels has become something we need to know? Like, what is your reasoning as in why this needs to happen? If we don't do it, like, what could possibly happen?
I mean, I think we're wasting a lot of energy now with air conditioning and heating, and I think it requires a lot of energy, and people just leave their heaters on and their air conditioners on. Like my roommate, for they run it at 68 for the whole day and not bat an eye. And then when we get the utility bill, oh, that's fun. And we get the utility bill and it's $200 for a 1,000 square foot apartment, and I feel as if I had a solar panel on the roof, those costs would be cut drastically. And I think more people, if they're aware of solar panels and what they do, they'd be more aware of what they're actually consuming, like whether like they're actually consuming energy or whether stuff like that. And I feel like utilities will become a more talked about thing because I feel like they're often overlooked now. People don't pay attention. They just run their air conditioner, leave the lights on, and if solar panels become mainstream in the norm, I think that people will start paying attention again, and it will be a good thing in the long run.
Okay. Next question would be, uh, So how soon do you think needs to happen? This switch over like needs to happen. Like, do you think there's a point where it's like all hope is lost, we're screwed, or um, do you think it could just be a gradual process? There's no timeline to it, and why?
This should have happened 20 years ago. It should have already happened. I mean, we've had the technology for years to do this, but no one seems to care, especially the Republicans. And I, I mean, it's never too late to start. So I really think we could start now, and I think it actually is becoming a bigger thing now. More people are paying attention. It's slightly more than what it was 10 years ago, but at least people are like, I can look out my apartment window now and I could see a couple. I see, what is that, two? I guess that counts as one solar panel. Yeah, it looks like one. And I mean, at least somebody is making a change. You don't see that too often, but it looks like somebody's paying attention, and I feel like more people need to. This should be something that's already been done. It should be something that's already thought of. There should be an already cheaper, more efficient way to do this, and the fact that it's not backed by the government or not backed by subsidiaries, whatever, this is not a good thing. But it's never too late to start. I feel like the current administration can begin. EPA can help do stuff like that, and I mean, it's just so many issues wrong. I mean, there's so many things that could have been done, but no one's taking the step forward because some people feel like it's too late, and then some people feel like you need a lot to do this, but you really don't. It's a simple installation. Takes what? I think probably like 6 hours to do it. I hope, and you just put it on the roof. Nothing too busy changing.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears a little bit. So now instead of talking about the need, we're going to talk about how to gather information, and this could help me in the long run trying to like advertise for this type of service. So now we know that there is a need to switch over to solar panels, and it's becoming more affordable. Now I want to ask you a few questions about how you would go about finding information about solar power and how you would fill this need. For these questions, don't think about my pitch to you about me being an architect, but think of how you would go about trying to switch over to solar panels without knowing that I have this service to offer. So the first question will be, what would be the very first thing you would do in an attempt to switch to solar power? Who would you call? Who would you go for more information? And who would you go to actually do the service?
I mean, you would definitely look up the top retailers for solar panels in your area. You definitely look at the best quality service provided, what can save you the most money in the long run, who installs it well. And I feel like your county website, whether it's Palm Beach County or Duval County, then you should be able to go on your county's website, and there should be a specific way to see recommended providers who do this service, because it should be, I mean, it would save the county money and it would save you money.
Okay. So kind of different from solar panels is just like a personal kind of question. Not personal, but when you're looking for information, where do you typically look? Do you look at the internet? Do you look at ads in the newspaper? And why do you do this?
I mean, definitely the internet, because that has actual user reviews, what people can say about a company, whether it was installed successfully or whether it was worth it in the long run for them. Because I feel like this is becoming such a new trend. People have, their opinions vary, and I feel like if their opinion could be, negative or it's positive or whatever, I feel like it would be good to know before I make such a large, substantial purchase without not knowing too much about the product I'm buying. And I feel like, yes, that.
Okay. Last question. Fairly simple one. When you're searching in Google or anywhere else for that matter, what are the key terms you would use in your search to find somebody that would offer the service? Like, would you search solar panel or would you search architects? Like, how would you try to combine that search?
I feel like that would be more of a technician's job, not an architect, unless I'm constructing a whole new building. But if I was constructing a new building and looking for an architect to do it, then I would definitely go to the architect for whatever advice he may have about solar panels, whether they're worth it or not, etc. If I was just putting them on my existing home, I would definitely look for like a technician online, just by googling solar panel technician and your zip code or your Palm Beach County, etc. I feel like there are a good amount of people who do this, and I'm not sure if Home Depot or Lowe's does it, but if they don't, they should. It would definitely provide more business to them. But I feel like it shouldn't be such a hard thing to accomplish online.
Okay, that's the end of the interview. Thank you.